And we're live. Oh my God.
We're back.
For another
We're back
of the motherfucking Pex Pals. That's me, your boy, JoelCupcake.
And me, CowVan. I want to apologize. We took a week off. Got really busy with work and life things, but we're back. We're back now. Yeah. Everything's okay.
Calvin's been making that money. I have been doing the complete opposite of that. But my Bell's palsy is better. I'm improving on my health.
Yes,
we started like a clean eating diet. Like, I'm being more conscious. I'm working on I don't talk about my mental health very much, but I've been working on that as well.
Good.
After like 2 weeks of clean eating, I want to start working out again. I'm stoked, dude. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm happy for you, bro.
I'm ready. We've been getting a lot of rad listens on the show too.
Yes.
We just got an email last night that said, we cracked last week. I think it was, we cracked the top 200 in US based video game podcasts. So
how amazing is that?
Even if that's a small number, we appreciate you. So thank everybody
so much.
Thanks everybody that's been checking it out. We're back. It's been a while. Like Cal,
it's been a while, and a lot of stuff has happened.
Oh, a lot. Okay. Let me first off, as is tradition, Cal, what's your hint? What's your tip and trick for the episode?
I don't have one because these new rank modes have been coming every 2 days or something like that.
Yes.
So my tip is just have fun. Have fun this week. Yeah. Enjoy the limited time modes. Just enjoy yourself. That's my tip. I got nothing.
Fair.
You got a tip?
My tip, dude. If you're a mediocre player like me,
like all of us are.
You're like you're like maybe a mediocre bitch, but you're not a mediocre player. You know what I mean? Anyways. Okay. My tip is don't doubt the power of the digi-threat.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's my tip. If you have trouble hitting your shots, if you're one of those I can hit everything, but I don't always make the headshots and stuff, then get the guns where it doesn't matter. The Spitfire and the Flatline both hit so hard and fire so fast.
Right.
The alternator, if you hit them, it'll hurt, even if you don't hit the headshots.
True.
So a lot of people are starting to play Caustic again. He's getting a little warmer. People are realizing okay, the nerf wasn't that bad.
Right.
I think it's bad, but we can do a whole episode about that. So I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Right.
Don't be afraid to use the digi-threat, dude. Lately, my go-to loadout has been EVA 8 and alternator with digi-threat, or obviously the beak.
Yeah.
And for some reason, dude,
you make a good point. You make a good point.
Back in the day, Calvin, when we used to watch, everybody watched Popeye.
Yeah.
Didn't matter how you were brought up. You what Popeye is. Yeah, when he eats the fucking spinach. Okay, he hulks out and knocks everybody out. You know what I mean? So the Mozambique without the digi-threat is Popeye without his spinach to me. I'll miss probably half my shots. I'll get that digi-threat, and it's oh, hey, look at that. I just fucking wiped a 3-man squad by myself with the beak.
Right. Well, you're alluding to something that is even more that people are more comfortable or resonate with. It's Bloodhound's ult. Bloodhound ult is pretty much ultimate digi-threat because the whole world turns grayscale and all your enemies are highlighted red. And that's essentially what the digi-threat does.
Or blue, if you're in the colorblind mode. I found that out. And
I didn't know that.
It was really weird.
Okay. That's so weird.
I run... So there's 4. I run the Tritanopia one or whatever. There's one that starts with an O. And I like the color. It makes the map and your mini map and stuff.
Yeah.
But all your ability shit is fucking blue, and it's so weird. I pulled out a digi-threat when I was trying that mode. Yeah. And I was like, well, the fucking enemies are blue.
Right.
What the living fuck is? But
I've never tried it.
The screen's still gray, and the characters are a dark blue. So it doesn't really work, and it threw me off.
I get it. But using the digi-threat, you're essentially saying why Bloodhound ult is so strong is because you get rid of all the vibrant colors in the environment.
Yeah.
And you're focusing on the main highlighted color, the red or the blue or whatever color it is for the other ones. But that's huge.
We've been stuck on fucking Kings Canyon for how long now? Hashtag shout out to my girl Lulu Lovely. Hashtag Free World's Edge. I agree.
Yeah.
Let's do
Hashtag Free World's Edge. Dude, I want it. I'm waiting. But anyway,
I know.
But
hold on. My point is we've been stuck on fucking Kings Canyon, right?
Yeah.
The other night, for some reason, all my fights in Kings Canyon end up in like that area where they took out farm or like outside of labs, like that little section of the map. And there's all those trees, right? The other day, oh my God, we out-survived 3 teams because my teammates were very smart with like their ults and their positioning and their escapability, but they'd be like, where are we getting shot from? Dude. And I had the beak with the thing. So I was able to just see right through the trees. Dink, 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 dink. You know what I mean?
Man. It's huge. Yeah. And that's why it's such a good weapon, because it eliminates that vibrancy from the game, which I mean, it's a beautiful game, but it eliminates all those extra colors so that you can focus on what to shoot. So so that's a good tip. That's a good tip. Digi-thread.
Yeah, Digi-thread. Okay, let's get started. War games. So war games is what's going on right now. So before CowVan breaks into that, just reminding everybody, you're probably confused, just as we were. They were doing something called the Chinatown Market like Afterburner event, or Afterburner was maybe something the name like of the Bloodhound skin, maybe. So Chinatown Market is apparently a company that promotes, I guess it's Asian-centric artwork. I could be misquoting that, so I'm really sorry if I am, to everybody listening. But basically, they're like, based on what we do and who we support, our name...
It's a US-based company, correct?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I know the next character is supposedly Japanese because they wanted to work with a Japanese company, or an Asian company because they want more fair representation for people who play the game, which is true.
Right.
So either way, the company announced, "Hey, our name is culturally insensitive, especially with what's been going on in America. So we're actually going to rebrand our company." So Apex said, "Hey, we actually support them doing this and their endeavor. So we're not going to do this Chinatown Market takeover event,
which was supposed to happen."
I feel like this is just a fucking word vomit. Like that's so much. The Chinatown Market takeover event.
Right.
All right. It's out. It's out. I got it out. So we're doing war games. War games is what, 6 different modes, right, Calvin?
War games was supposed to be 4 different modes. Okay. And it was supposed to start with shield regen, which is your shield. And I think it was like a lot. It was like 12 points, like a tick. It was shield regen and auto shield regen. Another game mode called Killing Time, where the round time between the circles is supposed to decrease every time someone died.
Which is that's going to be insane.
Which will be crazy. Auto banners means that if your teammates die, you automatically get their banners. So you can, like, if you're in a firefight, you get fourth partied, your teammate dies, you can run away and res them, and without having to try to, go through the warfield and get in their banner. And then
free tip before Calvin gets to the next one. When that mode comes, if you don't have an Octane on your team, you're a dumbass, because he can just. Oh well, yeah, but Octane can actually escape. Crypto can do the rezzing.
Yeah,
but we all know Octane has the best escapability right now. Ever since they nerfed Race Little, like, oh hey, make me stand still, to summon my phase walk.
And the last game mode was Second Chance, where you got a free respawn.
Yes.
But what was it was Second Chance that was busted, right? Or was it shield regen?
No, Second Chance. So Second Chance was available the first morning.
The very first event.
Like it wasn't even like 6 hours. They had to change it to shield regen.
The very first event was supposed to be Second Chance, and people get a free respawn. And I don't know. No one knows why it didn't work, but it wasn't allowing any of your data to be saved. And so none of your progress was, like, any of your kills, your wins, if you did anything in that time, it was not being saved to your account. So they scrapped it and went right to shield regen.
Yeah, and people were reporting, like, they would do like 13 kills and then they'd die, and it would be like, oh, it only showed like it would only show the kills from the first death. If the person was on their second life, it wouldn't register the kills. But then if the game ended and like they won or they got in the top, then it would like randomly adjust the the screen and tell you everything correctly. So it was like, and we all know, like, everybody that listens to this show and plays the game, we love Apex, but it's fucking buggy sometimes. And they're a small studio. I don't know why EA won't give Respawn more money to do better servers. Who
knows?
I mean, we just broke 100 million players. That's what that last video was celebrating.
Yep.
Like, that's fucking insane.
That's crazy. Like,
Call of Duty can suck on that. You know what I mean?
I don't even want to talk about Call of Duty. But anyway,
you're right. I'm sorry.
The war game modes was supposed to be going on. So we're
the final mode is the one that's going on right now with the fucking bubbles.
Yeah, the bubbles. Oh yeah, I don't even know. I don't even have any information about that. But that's what's going on right now.
Basically, you get 3 hot drop zones, 3 blue, blue ring zones, and then they have the bubbles around them that after like 3 seconds, your health and shield start regenerating.
Oh yeah, that's right. God, where's my brain right now? But yeah, okay. So yeah, dude,
I'm you're better at the gameplay. I remember all the little details.
You remember the details.
I'm like the only person that remembers that fucking tower on Kings Canyon.
Yeah,
the radar dish wasn't always collapsed on top of Repulsor.
Right.
Or was it Repulsor? Yeah, Repulsor. And that was actually how they introduced Watson. Is she like...
You are the only person who remembers that, because I have no recollection of this at all.
Well, because Watson was the first like actual hero introduced.
Right. Or speaking of that, we're talking about... we've been hinting at it the past couple of weeks, but we don't know yet either who the next heirloom is going to be. According to... if you look at the character list, the first 8, 9 characters, they all got theirs. And the next one on the list after Octane is Watson. So maybe, unless they do a reorg of the character thing, Watson might be the next heirloom.
Yeah, but it still didn't come in order of the list.
It didn't come in order.
Mirage was like the 3rd one, and he's not even like a main roster character.
Right, and then they filled it in after that. And so if you're looking at if maybe, who knows, no one knows.
Well, who do you want, Calvin? Who do you hope?
Who do I want?
Yeah,
I kind of want Crypto to be the next heirloom, because he has that cool animation. Like, he jumps out of the in the air. He does like a sword thing with his drone. Crypto with a sword would be dope. I'm just saying.
Mine. So the character I probably play the second least, but she would, if they do it right. Emphasis on if. Loba has the potential to have the coolest heirloom.
The staff, dude.
Yeah, like. In theory, it'll be the best heirloom. In theory,
hopefully, dude.
But with our luck, they'll like give her like a fucking fan to attack you with, or something.
Yeah, something dumb, something not true to character. But that'd be dope. I think the staff. I think Crypto's with the sword would be dope. I mean, I'm just speculating. I don't know what that. If it is Watson, I don't even know what it would be. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the other problem. Yeah, that's the other problem is, what do you give Watson?
Right. Would it be a taser, dude? She just comes out, starts tasing people.
Well, like the problem is like, Lifeline should have had something different. Lifeline should have had like a fucking syringe or the fucking resuscitation paddles.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that'd be dope. Yeah.
Like, I think we talked about that on a previous episode.
I think we did.
Because Watson should have like shock sticks. That makes the most sense.
Right. Yeah. The drumsticks, I guess it's true to Lifeline's character lore, but the shocking aspect of it, right. I agree. Yeah. I agree.
We'll just have to see. I mean, there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options, but anyways,
speaking of Lifeline.
Oh, dude, you fucking take it away. You already got started. You beat me to the punch, dude.
I'm just saying, speaking of Lifeline, dude, there is a coming down the pipe, a Lifeline nerf. A lot of talk has been going on. Well,
I don't think we should use the term nerf. She's getting reworked.
A rework, a Lifeline rework. There's a lot of talk in the gaming community about how strong Lifeline's revive is, right?
Yes.
And it's because, for those everybody knows, I'm just going to explain it. When one of your teammates drops in your Lifeline and you hit the res button, she drops her doc bot. The doc bot puts up a shield and reses your teammates. Yeah. And this can happen over and over and over. As long as one teammate's down, you can res with the shield. If that teammate gets up, your other teammate goes down. You can do this infinitely, one resing one teammate at a time with the shield.
Basically, the only way for it to not happen is if you get hit with Reb's orb. That's it. That's
right.
literally it.
The only way that you're unable to use the res with the shield is if Revenant's orb is that, or you try to res your other teammate while one is being resed. At the moment, a lot of talk has been going on. Maybe they remove the shield, and there's been a lot of talk on like Reddit. People posting ideas of what they should do instead for Lifeline's rework. Yeah.
So from my general understanding, when one of the devs actually responded to something, whether it's Twitter or Reddit, who knows, It looks like the shield is being removed. I'm assuming the drone's still going to be able to do the res. You don't have to actually make Lifeline do the res like you used to.
Right.
But it looks like from the data leak, if they're correct, and I feel like the last couple have actually been pretty correct.
Yeah.
So we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. The drone is going to heal 60% faster, which I think is a great advantage. Yes. And then supposedly, the drone will still do the res. You just won't get the shield. But, and this is, I think, the most important change. Her care package, they're changing the AI of the game, and they're changing what is it?
The rarity?
No, like the RNG. The RNG.
Oh yeah.
Of the care package. So the care package specifically gives you something you can actually use. Kind of like how when you hit the Marvins around the map, you always get one thing you need and two things you might need. Right. So apparently they're going to apply a similar RNG to the care package. So like if Lifeline calls it in and you have a shotgun and you don't have a purple choke, it's going to give you at least one thing you can for sure use.
That's dope.
And that I completely agree with, because sometimes you get those Lifeline care packages and they are utter dog shit. And she has the longest ult charge time.
Right. What's funny is my friends and I, my friend Hammer, he plays Lifeline. And whenever it's endgame,
that guy.
Whenever it's endgame and he is going to use his Lifeline ult, he goes, "All right, I'm going to give away our position," because that's essentially what it is. You could be hiding in a little area waiting for the third party, and then you drop your Lifeline ult, and all of a sudden everybody knows where you are, and then you get pushed.
I will say, my buddy Ender is Ender. You played a few games with him. He's switched from Lifeline from Wraith to Lifeline recently. He still plays Wraith, but he's doing a little bit of Lifeline, and he's been smart about it. We'll go into a building and I'll mine up the doors. Yeah, and then the door that I don't have mined, he'll open the door and drop the Lifeline thing right outside. Because then sometimes we don't touch it, so they'll come and it's a bait, and we can just open the door. I can we get a caustic ult with a horizon ult, and boom, things dead. Right, so, exactly.
And they can't get in. They can't get in because you blocked that door, and you have traps on the other door too.
And it's solid cover, so you can't get sniped through an open door by a fucking Craver late game.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Lifeline's nerf, I would say that it's one of two things, right? So when I see Lifeline rezzing one of their teammates, I push.
Yeah. Same.
And I push because I know that one, Lifeline slowed for like a second. She can't move fast for a second. Number one. Number two, she can't shoot through the shield. She has to come out of the shield.
Yeah.
Right. Number three, that teammate's still incapacitated because it takes time for the res to go off. Right. Correct. So there's at least two people stuck in that area. And so I push, assuming that I have good health. And my teammates are going to do the same. I push that, so it's kind of like, "Hey, come fight me," type of tactical ability. So I think removing the shield might be good for like some like covert reses. I think we've talked on the show before about how the game's appealing more to fucking the heavy DPS people. True.
I think people will be smarter. Because you can't just bullshit push and know that you'll get the shield to help you. You know, like the res will have to be in a building or in cover or in a smarter place. So it brings. I liked the first year and a half of Apex because you could win by being tactical and not necessarily by being the best shooter in the game.
Right.
And I think this will bring back a little bit of tactics. If they hopefully eventually like balance out Caustic a little better, like take him a little bit more towards how he was,
Okay.
Like, I think still adding that, the Watson buff, we're definitely dealing with more Watsons. I'm seeing it.
Oh, really?
Usually I'd laugh because you never see a Watson, but I see them quite frequently now. Like I see the fences. Well, I don't see them per se, but I see the fences. Right.
We see the fences around. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, we've already talked about how I'm in love with that passive they gave her. So,
right.
I think overall it's a good thing. And I mean, those of us that have been playing, let's be MMO folks for a second here, since vanilla Apex. Lifeline didn't have that fucking shield. She went and rezzed herself. So she took herself out of the fight for the few seconds it took to res. Granted, she rezzed quicker than everybody else. but that's how it used to be, you know?
But and then she got the shield, and then now they gave it to the doc, but now they might take it away because I think I mean, you've seen it on Reddit, you've seen it on Twitter, you've seen people using the res over and over and over, and the enemy team being completely unable to counteract it, right?
Yeah, or dude, a lot of people I've been seeing, at least in pubs, a lot of Ramparts lately. Don't know why, but like, you know, you get the res shield off, boom, Rampart puts the wall down. It has enough time to pop up with the shield.
Right.
You know what I mean? Caustic can throw his ult for cover. You can throw a bubble in between the people so they can retreat into it or pass them. Like, there's so many ways to make sure that resed person stays alive. You know,
with Lifeline shield. Yes. And it's hard too because at end game and it's like, last 3 squads and you down someone on that team, you can't push because that Lifeline shield guarantees that they're going to be safe for 8 seconds, right? And unless you drop that Lifeline, that team's going to get infinite reses over and over. If the Lifeline has a gold backpack, half shield, half health, it's over, dude. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Especially because if you want to play it smart and maintain your safety from the third team, you're not going to push that. That's a death sentence unless you push in and just eradicate that team as soon as possible. No, it's not smart to push that Lifeline team.
And I will say another free hint. I know I'm going off subject here, Calvin. Sorry. If play Caustic or play Fuse if you are tired of getting spoiled by Lifeline, because Fuse, unless they have a purple res shield, if you perfectly stick a down person with his clusters, it will kill them.
Yes.
If you hit them and when they don't have their res shield up, like if you see them from the side or the back, you can just turn real quick, pop it off. You will full kill that person.
Right. True.
So there's that. Also, you can just, if with his passive, you can just huck grenades literally at the res shield.
Right.
And one will bounce, or when the shield goes away, they might just get blown up.
Right.
If you're a person with the really good snapshot aim, bro, you can stick someone with an arc star from across the fucking map.
True.
So
but that's the point, though. That's the point. Is having to use very specific heroes to counteract the probability that team's going to have a Lifeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that stifles gameplay. Yeah. There should not be one hero who's so oppressive, which is the reason why a lot of people hate Horizon right now. You know what I mean?
Because she's getting nerfed into the fucking ground.
And could not be happier. But
I'm here for it.
But it's the reason why people don't like Horizon, because Horizon is just so oppressive, and it's not healthy for gameplay and for the fun, because that's the point, right? It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. It's not healthy for the fun of everybody when there's one character who's just better than all the others in certain situations.
Dude, so they added a new badge, which is like win 10 times on 10 different legends this season or something. It's some shit like that. It's a new badge that they just kind of like secretly snuck into the game. So I've been working on getting more I wanted to make sure I had a win with every legend this season. So last night I was running some Horizon. Dude, I had like a fucking 17K game. 1700, sorry, not 17,000, obviously. 1700 game, 7 kills, like 3 or 4 assists, and a couple knocks.
Right.
With Horizon, and I was like, that just felt easy because like you don't realize how important that whole you jump off something and you can just immediately shoot or sprint or like that. Like the ult is really not that bad. It's very easy to blow it up. It's very disruptive.
Right.
It's just a pain in the dick. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's not, I don't think her ult's overpowered at all. You know what I mean? And the range is very minimal on it. It has the same range Caustic's gas grenade does, and you can't throw it very easy either. So, but just the movement ability of her and the fact that she can float in the air and just wiggle and heal and shoot you and like, dude, it's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up.
But yeah, so I think the changes to Lifeline will be healthier. For the game, though it does, like like we've been talking about, it does lean towards helping the DPS, the damage crazy players, because that shield won't be there, so people can just keep shooting.
But it also makes people have smarter positioning. So on the flip side,
there's give and take for it. But I think it's much needed. I think we'll
see more people going back to Gibby too. Or
Gibby,
hopefully we see more Mirages, dude. Waffle, our friend Darth Waffle, switched back to Mirage.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, the invisible pickup, you know, with the fucking and you go invisible when you res at the respawn beacon too.
Right, right. It's dope, dude. And I'm glad you brought up Gibby too, because a lot of people even say that Gibby's res is just better. You know?
Oh, dude. I mean, you know, I've basically been maining Gibby since.
You have 360 dome protection. You got a quick res. You know, it's faster than all the other reses. And if you have a gold backpack, like you're essentially Lifeline. And
you have the gun shield, which is a free extra 50 armor.
Like, right, exactly. Like Gibby.
By the way, this is our 6th episode, and we've talked about what's broken.
Right.
Gibby is broken. I play the 2 thick boys who both have the damage reduction.
Right.
I take significantly less damage as Gibby than I like. Like if you compare fight to fight, like sometimes obviously like Caustic's ult's better. Sometimes if you're like trying to hide or lock a team in a room or lock yourself in a room, the mines. The mines the shield. Sometimes the shield's better than the mine. Gibby, you know, both ults are situational, but just you make me run. Perfect example. You make me run into a fight with the gold Mozambique. I will win that fight 7 times out of 10 with Gibby, and it might only be like 5 times out of 10 with Caustic.
Right.
Because the fucking shield, unless you're playing sweaty PC players that don't miss a fucking headshot, you know, that shield is going to absorb a shit ton of bullets for you.
It's going to do, 50 damage is a lot. 50 damage is half your health. It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, but Lifeline is not the only character scheduled to be adjusted or nerfed. We don't know what's going on with Horizon. We just know that they said her rework is so big they're saving it for season 9.
Right.
Because I mean, I've literally seen like I think is it Rogue who's considered the top Apex streamer in the world? He has a whole YouTube. I think it's him that has a whole YouTube video about how Horizon shouldn't even exist, like the way she plays and how her movement and like how not loud she is. It literally goes against every other legend in Apex, which to an extent I agree. So, you know, supposedly, you know, well, I'll talk about the one I know about. They're changing Octane.
Right.
So his stim is the same cooldown where it's only like a second or two, but when you use it, it's going to do 20 damage instead of 20 health instead of 12. Or something like that.
Right.
Is it 12 right now or is it less? I don't remember.
It's 12. They're essentially doubling the damage.
Yeah, they're doubling the damage because Octane can definitely get into and out of some bullshit situations. You can also use his stim, as you know, because you're an Octane main. You can use his stim to escape gas, escape Horizon's bullshit. Everything.
You can't escape Horizon's ultimate.
But you use you can move out of it faster, though.
You can move out of it like just a tad bit faster.
Okay.
And so I was actually going to say, because Octane's stim is supposed to make you move normal speed through things that are supposed to slow you down, right? So like if I get stunned by Bangalore's ult, if I stim, I'm back to normal, right? Or if I get stuck in Caustic Gas, if I stim, I'm back to normal. Horizon's ult, you can't. You still run same slow speed. It's stupid. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, but so basically that's the change that is we've all seen it's been more or less confirmed by devs on both Twitter and Reddit that's happening. You know, that's it though. They're not rechanging the ult or anything. Nothing else about Octane is changing, just that. So I don't have a problem with that. Our next character that we heard something about is your boy Crypto.
Boy Crypto, dude. They're saying that like they said with Fuse a couple weeks ago, they're saying that Crypto's pick rate is very low, and if the numbers change or you know if they're going to keep monitoring is what they said, but if it gets significantly lower, they might consider doing some kind of rework for Crypto. Though I think Crypto's a great hero. I think Crypto is great, and I think the only reason why people don't pick him is because they don't utilize him well enough.
Well, I think his EMP blast. That's the only thing they need to change. So, like, say that if you're a Crypto and you're wearing maybe purple helmet and a purple shield, maybe the damage your drone does should be based off the level armor you've attained, because it only does half. Or it only does 100, right?
It does 50.
Yeah. So I mean, if you mob on a whole team with red shields and you do that, that's doesn't really do very much.
Right.
And I feel like when it first came out, he did more.
It did do more, I think, and I think they dropped it down.
Yeah, so they dropped it down. They've already made his utility good with getting banners, instant reses, instant beacon scans.
Right. Which is dope.
Bacon scans. Sorry, we're on the show. Bacon scans. Sorry.
And scanning how many enemies are in the area by clicking on the banners.
Yeah, and he has cool. I love his flying animations. Oh yeah, he has some of the best skins in the fucking game. And there's also that thing in Map Room where you have
to see everybody.
Well, no, but there's screens in Map Room that you just look at, and if you're Crypto, it tells you how many other people are in Map Room with you.
Right. Yeah. No, it's dope. Like Crypto is such a solid hero, and I think it's because he's not being properly utilized. I think it's because because Bloodhound scan's better, right? Bloodhound scan is better than Crypto Drone because it keeps you in the fight. You're not just set up. You can't destroy Bloodhound's scan. You can destroy Crypto's drone. Crypto's drone is stationary unless you're in it, and then you're bait pretty much. So obviously Bloodhound is a better recon character than Crypto, but I think it's just because people aren't adventurous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I also think Crypto is like Bloodhound, but Bloodhound is designed to be played aggressive, and Crypto is like
Crypto support.
If Crypto, I feel like they designed Crypto to be, hey, here's the recon guy that can fit with the caustic in a building, or the rampart on top of some cover trying to get somebody with her turret, or the Watson that's trying to play a little slow, safe defensively. But the problem is we've already talked about this. We literally just mentioned it earlier this episode. Like the defensive characters are being rooted out.
They are,
because they want the competitive gaming aspect, which is fine. I respect it. Like the game has to survive. Respawn has to make their money.
Right. Right. And that's the point. And I think that's something that people don't really because we talk about Overwatch a lot, right? Because Overwatch is like the ultimate team game where you have to use everybody's skills appropriately or you will lose, right? And I think that
unless you have like the sweaty
Genji,
fucking Genji or McCree.
Yeah, unless you have sweaty Genji or McCree, you're gonna lose. But I think why people like Apex Legends so much is because it's so much like Overwatch in the sense that you have to utilize these abilities you can be good with your shot, but the abilities will ultimately win the game if you're lacking in the shots, but and I think it's because people just don't like playing support. People don't like. Everybody wants to be the number one killer. Everybody wants to be 20 frag 4K bomb every game, and that's what people play Pathfinder, but that's what people play Bang, and people play Octane and Horizon and Wraith. That's why people play those characters, because those characters have been shown to be the best in your face DPS heroes, and the reason why people pick Bloodhound over Crypto is because the scan keeps you in the fight so you can shoot. People want to press the button to shoot instead of being like, hey, I'm going to show you where they are. I'm going to hit them with the EMP and then I'll join you after when they're weak. You know what I mean? Like that whole thing is so foreign to people to take a step back and just utilize the character as it's intended to be used.
I think the EMP should either do more damage, or you can maybe not have the drone follow you, but if you could at least say you plant the drone somewhere, you should still be able to set off the EMP when you're not in the drone.
You can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, you can.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you can set the drone up in an area and monitor an area, and then when they come into it, you can hit it and do it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you had to be in the drone view. Oh.
No. Well, you can totally do it. Yeah, no. What I think it should do, I think the drone should, in fact, I think drone should do a lot of damage because you can destroy it, right?
Yeah, it's the most easily destroyable or counterable
thing in the game.
I guess technically what the left bumper is a tactical ability, I think. Right.
Yeah.
It's ultimate and tactical, right?
Yeah, ultimate and tactical. Yep.
Yeah. So it's the most, other than having a Watson ult, it's the most easily counterable, like because the Watson ult counters everything, so it doesn't really matter. You know,
Watson. So like you bring up a good point, because even like Horizon's ult, that thing will launch on you and land on you and be activated before you can destroy it. Right? Watson's ult, you can set that up and that covers a 360 area. You know what I mean? You can hear and see Crypto's drone coming right to your face. It has like a 3-4 second startup or load up before it even goes off, and you can destroy it in that time before it even goes off. You know what I mean? So like you said, it's very easily counterable, you know? And it takes like what, 15-20 seconds for it to respawn after you destroy it. You know what I mean? So you're effectively making Crypto useless. So I think utilizing it or it doing more damage should be like
a priority.
A priority. It shouldn't even be with the question.
We need more offensive ultimates, in my opinion, because of the way it causes these high DPS teams to scatter. You know, like Gibby's ult is very strong, but it's also very avoidable.
It's 100% avoidable.
Bangalore's ult is just oppressive, but it doesn't hurt you very much.
Right, but not even that. Like, it's 100% avoidable.
That too. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how many times I pushed on a team, full killed somebody, they bang ult, and I turn around and slide down the hill, and then
you're like, bye. You know,
you know. So having Crypto be a little bit more damaging while being able to destroy the ult, I think that's a perfectly fair trade-off. I think you're right.
You want another thing I think it should do? I think you should be able to set Crypto's drone to patrol, like to go back and forth between points, like point A and point B, and it scans that area. So you have like a field of like vision. You know what I mean?
That, or you can set it to like, okay, we're going to cut your range from Crypto in half or even by a quarter, like cut it by 75%, but the drone just auto slowly goes around your location. Yes, it gives you away, but if you're on the move, who fucking cares? It'll help. Especially, I think everyone's main complaint with Apex is the third party situation in the game.
Yeah.
You know, and
having optics, behind your back, that'd be dope.
Yeah. So the third party situation coupled with the broken audio still going on in the game. And I know I've seen some people on Reddit having issues with hit reg.
Right.
Still, I actually had it the other night. I put a full Spitfire clip into somebody at close to medium range ish. Battle was over, and it said 2 of my bullets hit, and I'm like, "There's no way."
That's weird.
There was no way. Like it was like in a building. You know what I mean? Like this, and the person wasn't doing like the duck and juke or anything. We were literally both just shooting at each other.
Right.
Like just I was bobbing and weaving, and she was literally just running, shooting at me, and I'm like, "There's no way."
Yeah, only 2.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be one thing if like, okay, half of my clip hit and like they had a better shield than me, whatever. I wouldn't complain. But like, I was like, they had a white shield, Calvin.
Right.
Like I know I'm not that good at the game, but I'm definitely not that bad.
Hit reg has been a little weird lately, and I think it's because with them trying to fix the hitboxes with the other characters. But yeah, I think like you said, having some type of surveillance that you can do, patrol, 360 scan, you know what I mean? Like I think that would be awesome for Crypto. It's a much needed buff.
Obviously they've said that they're aware of the Rev meta, and people are over it, and it's being looked into. That's the same bullshit they said about the Mastiff.
Right.
So, I mean, I do think that the whole Rev having unlimited range thing is nonsense. In the same respect, I think his net range and Fuse's range should both be nerfed, because you can use Fuse's ult, and dude, you could knuckle cluster from like across the fucking map.
Across the map.
You know, like I have actually like hurt and killed down snipers like on those big like bunkers that stick off the cliff from like literally across the map. Like I can barely see them, and I'm like, oh, I think I can get my shit up there. And then like someone else will snipe them and down them, and then I'll get lucky with the cluster and a full kills them. Yeah. Like I would be raging mad about that too.
I'd be pissed.
You know, like
100% pissed.
So I think some of the range stuff needs to be equal. You know, just like again, like with you know, Bangalore and Gibby's ult is not stuck to a level.
Right.
It slants, you know, and it also doesn't bounce when you throw it on stuff, but Caustic's bounces, and Caustic's is stuck to a linear plane. So if you throw it on a hill, you know what I mean? Like, like nothing between all the characters is evenly balanced out. Well, not nothing. I shouldn't say nothing.
I agree. I get what you're saying. I think the range is good because before, when it was just like a circle, it was so limiting. There wasn't really much you can do. Like, you had to do it in the sense it's like, okay, there's a team in the building next to us. Let's push that team, and now we're back in this building. You know what I mean? Like, it was only like good for like a good push, like end game in small circles.
Yes.
I think the range is good. I think maybe having the health
or the timer. You know what I mean?
Right, health or timer. Because if range is an issue, you know, you can utilize the timer to its full extent and go very far.
Because the thing with his ult is, like, I don't disagree with you, but his other buffs were so good, dude. 2 orbs. You basically can't hear him when he climbs. Or I'm sorry, you can't hear him when he crouches. He walks faster, crouches, and he can climb higher, and you don't hear him when he climbs either.
Right.
Like, so he is very oppressive. So I think it's fair that the ult is a little closer range or shorter timed or easier to defeat, because as a character, he has more passive bonuses than anybody else in the game, in my opinion.
He has a lot. He really does.
Like, if you want to be a sweaty solo player, you should play Crypto, because you can.
Or you mean Revenant?
Or Revenant, sorry, because you can creep up on a whole team.
Yeah,
like, that's the one character when I get walked up on. Like, if I get snuck up on by a Rev, I just don't yell. Well, I yell, but I don't, like, I'm not bitching, because it's like, well, they're using he's the closest thing to like a stealth character in the game.
True, 100%. I agree. Yeah, so the Revenant was one that they're gonna change. We said Octane already, and we haven't really heard anything else about what other characters might be changed.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like the caustic pick rate has gone down, so I'm hoping they maybe in season 10 they'll rebuff him a little bit. You know what I mean? Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? I haven't heard much else from other. You know, I think the point system needs a rework. I think, okay. I'm gonna say it. Just for Bloodhound.
Right. Well, they're actually talking about that.
Because I think it's like, dude, I'll go into a game and I'll work my fucking ass off and get 4 kills, and the Bloodhound will get double the points of me because all he did was fucking scan.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It is his ability, and he should get some acknowledgement for it. But why doesn't Lifeline or Gibby or Mirage, you get no points for rezzing? Right. You know, like, it's not chill. It's not like you have a significant advantage with him in Crypto that you don't have. Supposedly the new character has some sort of thing to her.
All right.
Do we want to talk about that? We have a few minutes, right?
We have a few minutes, yeah.
Okay, so Valk is the new character. Yes. It's supposed to be short for Valkyrie. We are getting
Valkyrie.
Yes.
However you want to say it.
Sorry.
People say Valkyrie. I say Valkyrie. I'm just trying to bring everybody in.
No, you're correct.
I'm trying to bring everybody in.
So
I mean, all sayers of Valkyrie to feel welcomed.
Anyways, motherfucker. So she is supposed to be of Japanese descent, to be fair to be, you know, equal representation, because there is other than Crypto, who I think is not technically supposed to be Japanese. I think he's more like Korean or Chinese. I don't know the lore of any characters. Yeah. So she's supposed to be of Japanese descent. Her tactical, or her left bumper, or I believe is it Q for you?
It's Q, yeah.
The Q tactical bumper ability is cluster rockets that just fire in a straight line. Like, so they're going to be similar damage to fuses. So they're just really annoying. But if you get painted with one, it highlights you on the map for her team. For her team.
That's dope.
Her passive, okay. You know, I feel like we're in the developers' heads, Calvin. Because what do we talk about the most besides Apex on this podcast?
Overwatch?
Her tactical is the Pharah float.
No shit.
Yes. So supposedly I don't know, it might just be like a bigger jump or a double jump. Like, she can jump higher.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, it's a boost jump. Like, it's a rocket jump, but you have to hold jump to enable it.
Right.
And then this is what I'm the most excited to see, how this really mixes up the fights. Her tactical.
Okay.
She has like a whole thing on her back that shoots the rockets. She kind of looks like War Machine, I guess.
Okay.
Her tactical it's a double activation. You activate it, and it gives your teammates. I think it was like it's a limited amount of time. Your teammates can run up and hit join, and you launch in the air like you're a jump balloon, and then you guys redeploy.
Wow!
So talk about escapability, Calvin.
Yo, that's dope.
Like if those are all three of those abilities are real,
right?
You get a minor damaging tactical that also gives you recon.
Right.
You get an insane movement ability that no one else has.
Right.
Even if it's just jump higher than everybody else.
No, that's dope.
Still. But the fact that you have a movement alt that is vertical, not linear.
Right.
That's not Octane. Because Octane, I know people have been complaining you can see the trail. I mean, I've been killing people, that are flesh. They run and hit an Octane jump pad, and I just turn with a volt.
Shoot him in the air. You shoot him in the air.
Yeah. So the fact that this, I don't know what the launch time is going to be, but the fact that in theory you can fly straight up like you're on a jump balloon and then redeploy somewhere, that's huge. Especially if they don't change Revsalt and you pair that with Revsalt or something. Like, or
you can go everywhere, dude.
Yeah, you do that, and you pair it with a fucking Caustic and Horizon. You land on a team and hit both ults. Boom, it's over.
Dead. Dead.
Game over. Oh, you have a Caustic in one of those buildings that has a roof, and he has the whole thing's mined up.
Yeah,
you can literally run away, heal up, use Valk's ult, and just land on the top. Just come down the top stairs,
right back.
Fuck them up.
Yeah, just come right back. That's crazy, dude. Wow.
So I'm hoping, and then obviously, the other thing there, Olympus is getting a map change.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they're introducing Arena, which Ashe is going to be like the overseer of the arena.
Right.
And then eventually Ashe is still supposed to get added as a playable character.
Right.
This next season has said a bunch of Titanfall content. So I don't know if that just means they're introducing Ashe and like the arena is going to be hella like Titanfall lore.
Yeah, Arena, Titanfall lore. Is there going to be more Titanfall guns?
I would assume we're getting another Titanfall gun. Like, some people, I've seen a lot of people that are mediocre players, not pros, requesting another shotgun.
Interesting. You know what? I would not mind another shotgun because I don't like the Mastiff.
Correct.
I don't like the Mastiff. I like the Eva. But my go-to is the Beak. If I'm going to use a shotgun, it's going to be the Mozambique every single time.
Yeah, like I would love that, or I would love an option on the Eva where maybe instead of 8 rounds, like I could switch it, like a choke. So like instead of 8 rounds, I shoot 4 rounds, but the spread's tighter and it goes farther.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, I don't need another shotgun. Just put the Mastiff back in the put it in the box. What's in the box?
Right.
Put it in the box and give me the Peacekeeper on the map. That's really what I want.
You know what? You know what would be pretty cool? Full auto Eva. Just
don't
dude.
Don't get me. Just
dude.
No. You know what? You are only saying that because you're a fucking Octane main.
Listen, bro.
You want to run into a room and just wipe everybody with one clip.
No, dude, no, because you wouldn't wipe it because it would be hard to control. And you know who would really rock with it? Caustic in a room. Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I already
exactly. Don't get me started. Don't start with me right now, dude.
But yeah, I would be down for another shotgun. But I definitely think it's time they add another weapon. They haven't added.
You know what? To be honest,
what was the last weapon they added? The fucking Sentinel?
The last weapon they added was the Volt.
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry. The 30-30 repeater.
Oh, well, that
was the last weapon that they actually added. Was the 30-30
I know you
repeater.
And I are definitely team not 30-30 repeater.
I'm not a fan.
Sorry to our friend Annalise, who actually came up with the name Pex Pals.
Right.
I have seen her fuck people up with that gun.
So Hammer does really good with the 30-30 too.
Yeah, I've seen Hammer do it too. So much respect, and my buddy Ender does well. Much respect to those of you that fuck with it. But
I can't.
Yeah, no, it can go fucking. I would literally rather play Wraith, who's my least played character, and just kunai people to death than to use the fucking repeater. I would rather be heirloom and no shield than have a gold shield and a repeater. And you can put that on my tombstone, Calvin.
Man. So hopefully, there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now, and hopefully we covered most of it.
Yeah, we covered most of it. Let's wrap it with this segment. We are getting World's Edge back.
Yes.
Who is the town takeover? So obviously there's always a town takeover.
Yeah.
So I think World's Edge only. So World's Edge has been changed twice. For those of you that are listening, and you're probably looking at the screen or your phone or doing the rock thing with the one eyebrow up, and being like, oh, Joel's an idiot. I am not an idiot, because World's Edge has changed twice, but they've only added the Bloodhound thing. That's the only actual town takeover in World's Edge. So assuming we're getting a complete map change to Olympus, and then a town takeover for World's Edge.
Right.
Calvin, I'll go first because it's my subject.
Go ahead.
I personally hope we get some sort of cool. I love the indoor fighting in Apex. You know that. That's part of the reason I play Caustic. But I just like the way the fights work out. You can get so many more crazy moves and clutch cover positions, and it's just awesome. I hope we get like some sort of industrial military complex for Bangalore.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
That or like a tribal, like outdoor setting for Gibby. I think they both deserve the next town takeover. I'm very glad Caustic got one before the main characters. I think it's tight. I actually think that was one of the better ones they've done. Right. I think that and the Wraith one, like if you compare it to the character and their abilities and skill sets and lore, I think Caustics and Wraiths were the best two, and then Bloodhounds is right behind.
Okay.
The most useful is hands down Cryptos, though.
For sure.
Map room
is dope.
Yeah. So I hope it's a Bang. I hope we get Bang next.
Okay. I like that.
The runner-up would be Gibby, or I would be down to have some sort of like, how you have the map room, like maybe they add something in like a Watson Town takeover where, on World's Edge, there's all the blast doors that rise up out of the ground.
Yeah.
And all the launch areas. Maybe there's something where she can control the environment, or like, or like you have to go to the Watson area to restart the train.
Right.
Or something. Something like that. Something kind of along the lines of, it doesn't really give you an advantage, but it's cosmetic, like what happened in the Hollow Yacht when you started the party.
Yeah.
What about you? Who do you think? Who do you hope gets the town takeover?
So that's not necessarily a hope, but some things that I think would be pretty cool.
Okay. Fair.
So like Octane's, gauntlet area, right? Where there's launch pads everywhere. You can fly through, something like that. I think a Pathfinder zipline, like Jungle Gym, would be dope.
Ooh.
Well, I'm sorry. They already did Pathfinder boxing. Never mind.
Pathfinder
has fight night.
Wow. I should have caught that, because I'm
sorry.
I'm the history expert. I'm the history expert. Sorry. No.
Sorry.
Disqualified. Episode's over, everybody. Sorry.
So that's out.
Just kidding, Calvin. What?
That's out. I think my second one was going to be like a Watson, where because they introduced it with Caustic's takedown or Caustic's takeover, where there was parts of the map where they you get damaged by the gas, right? I think some type of Watson where it's like a building of sorts, and like electrified walls pop up in and out, and you can trap people inside. You know what I mean? Like, I think
I would love that.
That'd be like pretty cool. Like where you can electrified walls, you can trap people. There's good loot inside, maybe something like that. Maybe like, I don't know. I can't even think of the other characters right now, but like something like that. I think that would be pretty cool.
Well, the other thing I'm liking is, so Wraith, you had the crazy skin from when she escapes. You had the little voice clip in the room. Caustic at the takeover, you have the secret thing that only Watson and Caustic can access. Right. And it talks about, if you paid attention to any of like the dialogue or the little like loading screen clips, it talks about how there's a supposed place that Caustic where he killed a whole town. Right. So that clip in the Caustic takeover is Watson discovering that Caustic did that. That's what it is. So either maybe that would be cool for the future map, like that environment. Right. You know what I mean? But something that furthers the storyline as well with the Watson room. I'm also noticing something I wanted to bring up. This will be my final point, because I know we've been going on quite a bit. The war games right now. Okay. Yeah. So we all hated Mad Maggie in the Fury ring takeover, right? Right. In this game mode, when you first load in, she says, "Oh, so you wanted to invade Salvo, eh? Now I'm invading your precious games." So I don't know if she is saying that to Fuse directly, because that's Fuse's like, or if there's something with like, whatever federation of planets that contains to the Apex games. Right. If they did something there, or maybe the town that Caustic nuked is in the Salvanian Empire.
Oh.
And so there's, like they are good with the storytelling. They just don't put an emphasis on it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I get it. And you pay attention to it, and
it's better than Destiny, where it's all offline.
Oh God.
But anyways, I'm not ever gonna say the D word again on this show.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So I would love Watson, Bang, or Gibby. Just because Gibby would have the funnest one.
It'd probably be pretty cool.
I did like how Bang also introduced the charge rifle, so it had lore about the charge rifle.
Right.
Also,
what?
Speaking of lore and stuff like that, there is a little lore challenge right now in the game.
There is.
For people that aren't, this will be our final point. I think we should agree on that, Calvin. And then we'll
this has been your third final point.
Well, hey, third time's the charm, right, baby? So I like this interesting thing. In the care packages, you can get decrypted or encrypted key cards.
Yes.
You get one, and then on your character load-in screen on the bottom right, you'll see a little data pad. You can actually click on it. You click on it, and it says permission granted, please, blah, 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 blah. If you go around the map, okay, so another one of these weird things that only I pay attention to, Calvin. If you go around the map, it's the Apex Legends logo flipped upside down with like 3 bullets coming out of it on each side. Mm-hmm. Everyone says this is Volk's symbol. That symbol has been seen before in the game. It is the symbol of the evil characters in the game. Ooh. Okay. I believe we saw it in a lot of the Revenant stills, but the Caustic skin where he looks like an X-Men, that logo is actually displayed on the sleeves of that skin.
Ooh.
So you find those logos. There's 3. Once you unlock the data pad in your main menu, there's 3 holo sprays hidden throughout Kings Canyon and Olympus. Okay. You have to find all 6, and then I believe it sends you to the firing range, and then that's kind of like the hint for. It's supposed to be the hint for Volk, and I think you might also kind of get a hint about the arena as well.
Right.
Interesting. So, yeah, it's cool. I mean, I like they don't make this shit too hard. You know what I mean? But it's a cool little, like, if you do like the lore, if you're a sucker for that like me, like I've been trying to get it. I was trying to get it done last night. You know what I mean? So,
right. I get you.
But anyways, I think that's it. Everybody, we'll be back next week for another episode.
Definitely.
Download, listen. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
We're on like Stitcher, Amazon. We're everywhere. You can also watch this show if you want to see my fucking dumbass hand gestures, because I don't know how I'm not Italian. Or Calvin's fucking beautiful Rambo-like face.
I'm pretty cute.
You are pretty cute. I won't lie about it. I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah. Again. Sorry, we took a week off. We've real life caught up, and we've been trying to. Catch up. Calvin's been being a breadwinner. I've been kind of needing. I needed a break. Eater. I needed a break. I definitely have been a bread eater. Yes, I can't argue with that. But we'll be back next week to talk about how everything wrapped up. Talk about any news that we got. We'll sign out with what we always say. What do we always say, Joe?
When in doubt, write it out. Just kidding. Beak, 6 feet.
Beak, 6 feet deep.
Yeah. Or Waffle brought it back last night, dude. With the we landed hot, and Ender and I stole all the weapons, and Darth Waffle goes, "I got a beak in a dream."
That's right.
But he was very upset because he cannot use that gun. So he said it in like a very like bummer, like, "Oh, I got a beak in a dream." So that's it, everybody. I'm your boy JoelCupcake. Find me
CowVan.
Find me everywhere at that. Follow CowVan on Twitch. I've been taking a break from Twitch as well in my little mental break. I'm coming back this week. Come play some Apex with me.
Love you guys.
We love you. This has been another episode of Pex Pals, and we'll be back with another one soon.
Next week. Bye.